Annyeong, it's Mikey here. Thank you so much guys for always subscribing and supporting this channel. I can't believe how far it's come. And I hope that, I can keep continuing to do this and get more boards, and just let me know down below in the comments. In every video I do, if you leave something that you would love to see, I'll try to make it happen. Now, thank you so much to Mechlands for sending me out Leobog Hi75. Now I'm actually going to be doing this build for my sister. So we'll have to do an unboxing and take a look. So let's start off with unboxing the Leobog Hi75. Thank you again to Mechlands for sending me this out. And we're going to get a manual, and we get, of course, just another paper that's going to give you the different functions of this keyboard. Now, they sent me out a pink one. I wasn't expecting pink, but you know what? Let's use it for the purpose that I think it's going to be good, is building my sister a keyboard. Now, it is made of full aluminum, which is nice, and you get some extra stickers with it that you can put on your keyboard. It definitely felt a little bit light, and you get a nice cable. Actually, I was quite surprised of the cold cable that you get with this keyboard at such a budget price. Now, you don't get much else, but you do have the Leobog switches, which is really nice and thocky, and of course we're going to do a lot more into it. Now, they didn't just send me keycaps, so I actually went on Amazon and ordered these as well. I'll have all the links in the description below. Normally, after I get the unboxing done, I give you guys a sound test. But this is a DIY kit, so let's open it up. We have a total of 6 screws that we're gonna have to open up. Be careful though, these screws are not amazing. I'm gonna be honest with you, one of them almost stripped, so you're gonna have to be careful when you're opening up this keyboard. One advice I have in terms of not stripping a screw is use a screw tip size that's a little bit bigger. This will also help prevent with stripping, just so that it fits well. But again, that's not great, and I think Leobog hopefully will do something better next time. Now, I saw other people doing reviews be able to take out the knob quite easily. I was unable to do so, so we're just gonna not take out the knob and take a look to see what's inside. So this one, of course, is gonna be with the ribbon cable that's going into the keyboard. Now, that ribbon cable is very interesting. It's actually not your normal usual one where the has a little latch that goes up and then you go put it back down to lock it in. You actually have to put it through the small hole and then push it in to be locking it in. So as we can see, so the PC plate, it's going to have a PCB foam with the PC foam, and we have the PCB right there as well. And we have a plastic sheet on the bottom just to prevent from any electricity going through. So just as a short circuit. But this is not even with a battery because it's not wireless, so not super necessary. So as I was saying earlier, to put back the ribbon cable in, it's not simple. You really have to look carefully. When you pull the latch slightly out, there's going to be a little hole available that you can put through. So you can put the ribbon cable through there and then close it up and lock it in. Now we're going to put the screws back in, and because this is a DIY kit, so we're going to put in the Leobog switches that were provided. The Leobog Greywood switches, and we're gonna put in the keycaps all together. So let's do that and do a full sound test. So let's put the keycaps on as well, and then let's do a little weighing of the keyboard. See how heavy it is. Something I like to do with all my boards before we do the sound test. So this keyboard weighs in at 1.6. Let's go right into the sound test. So you guys heard the whole sound test. Now we're gonna reopen up the keyboard just to do a little bit of modifications and see how much room we do have for modifications. So of course we're gonna do my favorite mod, which is the sound dampener, the car sound dampener that I'll have the link available in the description below. So we're gonna cut it up, put it in, and then see how it sounds like afterwards. Make sure that you cut it up and you don't cover the area where the wire is gonna be coming from, and make sure you get all the corners and everything fit in perfectly. Now, as I was showing before, yeah, so there's going to be a little bit of a hole between the latch, and to get it right in, to get right in with the pins. It is a little bit difficult to put in, so when you're doing it, just be careful, and then don't fully put in the screws in until you test it out to make sure that it's working properly. This time around, I didn't actually do a tape mod on the PCB, just because I felt like there was just so much already on the bottom of it, so we're just going to keep it with the modded sound dampener only and do a sound test for the full mod. So let me give you my thoughts on the Leobog Hi75. As you can see, I've actually turned on the lighting. Because I use an iPhone mostly, you can't really see the lighting properly. But the knob actually controls the brightness as well as it controls the different lighting features. Meaning you can click on it to change the colors or how the lighting comes up, and use the knob and turn it to actually make it brighter or make it dimmer. Now, I think the Leobog sounds great. Like, it does sound thocky, and with all of the switches in it, yeah, the Leobog Greywood switch actually made it super thocky. Like, I was actually quite impressed. Sounds really good, and it felt good too. The only thing is, I honestly feel like it feels a little bit cheap. Now, it is aluminum, which is amazing, and it comes with like that little nice metal piece just to give you guys a little bit of a design to it, but it doesn't change the fact that this whole board feels a little bit cheap, and I'm just going to be honest with my opinion. Compared to the Monsgeek M1V3, it definitely does feel a bit cheap, but when you consider the price of the Leobog Hi75, it's actually really nice. I was quite surprised of what you can do with this keyboard. It does have more room for modifications. Compared to a Monsgeek M1V3, this definitely has a lot more room. The Leobog Greywood switch is a really nice switch for this keyboard. I would get it with this board if you are looking to get a Leobog Hi75. It is incredibly thocky. It's a little bit on the loud side, but it feels smooth and it sounds so good. Like, I was very surprised with this. And yeah, I mean, except for the pink color, the fact is you have so many different color variations for this keyboard available. You can really choose what you like and be able to match keycaps with it, and it shouldn't be that difficult. So my honest opinion is, for the price of 75 USD, this is a good pickup. But for just about $10 more, you definitely could go for a Monsgeek M1V3. What did you guys think of the Leobog Hi75? I mean, it's incredibly pink, but hopefully my sister will like it. And you know, if I was to compare this Leobog with my Monsgeek M1V3, the differences will be the amount of space you have available in terms of modifications. The Monsgeek doesn't have as much room. You can't really add an extra foam, and about
I actually tried doing a bit of a tape layer to this. So in the Monsgeek, you'll be able to add about maybe 3 layers. Probably could do a little bit more, but it'll be a bit squished. This one, you can actually add foam and actually probably do a bit more of tape mod on it as well. So I would prefer the Monsgeek though over the Leobog Hi75. That's just my personal preference. I think the build quality of this one is just a little bit nicer. But if you like to mod your keyboard and want to see what you can do with it, this is a good choice as well. So let me know down below in the comments, which one would you choose? The Hi75 or the Monsgeek M1V3? And make sure to catch the other videos that I have available up here. And I'll catch you guys next time.